As Marxists and as revolutionaries, we are trained to use Marxism as a tool for explaining objectively any development, large and small, within the framework of the world that we live in, that's in the present, in the past, and building towards socialism and communism in the future. And of course, the present that we live in today is very much dominated by the worldwide capitalist system, its ideology, and other influences. In reality, how people live, how we treat each other, how we think of each other, for the most part, is shaped by this system that feeds off competition, divide and conquer, political reaction, including racism, sexism, LGBT oppression, and other forms of bigotry. All that is needed to make profits for the ruling class. And an integral aspect of promoting bourgeois ideas for the ruling class is the entertainment industry, which has rapidly become so globalized due to the technological revolution. Subjectively, entertainment can serve many positive purposes or necessary purposes, like escapism, relaxation, or just being moved by great acting or a great story. That's right. Entertainment can also educate us either in a reactionary way or even in a revolutionary, progressive way. And we know Hollywood clearly has a poor track with the latter. That is why it is important that other countries have developed independent entertainment industries to tell their stories in their own voice and in their own language. It is worth noting that the movie A Separation from Iran won every major award for Best Foreign Language Film, including the Academy Award this year. And from what I understand, the Iranian government has acknowledged this recognition. And especially when you consider that within the running of this competition, there was a film from the Zionist State of Israel. So this is an important reflection of the growing impact of foreign language films and foreign industries in terms of entertainment. I think India has the largest entertainment industry in the world, with Bollywood. But what I would like to do at this point is to talk about, put the science of Marxism and really analyze what's going on, what happened at the 84th Academy Awards this past Sunday, when a stunning, brilliant female actor, Viola Davis, lost to another brilliant female actor, Meryl Streep, for the Best Lead Actress Award. Due to the predominance of social media and communication, this development, this loss of the Oscar by Viola Davis, fueled not only a national debate, but a worldwide debate. Unfortunately, none of the debate that I saw anyway centered on the fact that Streep won her third Oscar for portraying in a sympathetic manner Margaret Thatcher, an enemy of all poor and working people, a Reaganite, during her tenure as Prime Minister of Great Britain. It set into motion a firestorm of debate in the mainstream media and social media, especially Twitter and Facebook, about what the real issues were behind what many are characterizing as an injustice that happened to Viola Davis on Sunday night. Davis was actually considered a front-runner for becoming only the second African-American actor to win a Best Actress award by the critics, especially after she won the Screen Actors Guild Award in the same category at the end of January. And she also won other awards, including the Broadcast Critics Award for her role in The Help. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about The Help as a movie, which is based on the same best-selling book of the same name. I think that most of you know that The Help focuses on the experiences of African-American domestic workers suffering racist indignities by white families that they worked for in the 1960s in Mississippi. And ever since the book came out in 2009 and the movie premiered last summer, it has caused a lot of debate, and even now, about how anything about racism, including any black characters, is told or portrayed from the skewed prism of white writers, directors, and producers. And this is certainly a valid argument, especially from the black community's point of view. But we can also view this debate, but we cannot view this debate in an isolated manner with just one movie or even just one book. But there are larger, broader issues associated with this. And it brings me back to the part of an acceptance speech that Viola Davis gave when she accepted the award. And she said that, quote, "Racism and sexism is about all of us, not just about people of color," end quote. There's a lot that can be read into this powerful statement, because ultimately, the roles that black actors, female or male, accept, if they're offered at all, they're the kind of roles that are offered, they really don't have any control over them because of who controls what films get made, the budgets of those films, the target audience of those films, and 99.9% of the time, it isn't black artists or any artists of color who are in any full control of what gets made in Hollywood. Like the rest of capitalist society, it is white male studio executives who have access to the banks to get movies and TV shows and other type of media produced. Just as the ruling class supports the institutions to poison the minds of the masses with their backward ideas and the repression to reinforce them, the same holds true for Hollywood. Putting aside anyone's view about the characters and how they were portrayed in The Help, the fact that the Screen Actors Guild bestowed Viola Davis, her fellow cast member, Octavia Spencer, and the entire cast acting awards for the best ensemble was a progressive act. This was a cast of both black and white female actors, mainly, in a movie about Southern racism. And Spencer paid tribute in her acceptance speech a few months ago to domestic workers. I just want to add this footnote that when Octavia Spencer won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, a multinational group of women from the National Domestic Workers Alliance stood up and cheered. And I saw it on TV. And when Streep won, they all moaned and groaned. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about SAG, because that is a union of about 120,000 working actors, which is in the process of merging with the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, if it all goes well with the vote. I think it's March 30th. And they have stated on their website that they have a policy of promoting concrete affirmative action in order to promote diversity in movies, TV, and other fields of entertainment. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is another thing altogether. I wrote an article online about the snubbing of Viola Davis. I'm not going to go over a lot of that in that article. I'm going to go over some stuff that I raised in the article, but I'm going to update it for the next issue of the paper. But I just wanted to read a few of the statistics that I raised in that article from a February 19th article that was in the Los Angeles Times. And it was an article that everybody is talking about now. It was based on an 8-month study done on the secretive nature of the Academy.